How's it going? It's Saturday, and you know what that means. Typically it means I'm a day late, missing my deadline for jerky time, but in this instance, it's actually intentional. Today we're making a southern tenderized jerky, and because of some of the stuff we're using in here, we have to put the ingredients on it and start dehydrating it right away. So the ingredients in today's marinade include, and this is per pound of meat, so I'll be doubling it. We have 2 pounds of an eye-round steak. It's going to be 2 tablespoons of meat tenderizer, 1, or in this case 2 teaspoons of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Pretty simple. We've got it all mixed together, and we will be, in this instance, cutting the meat, putting this dry rub on the jerky, and immediately putting it on the dehydrator, because the instructions for the tenderizer say to cook it as soon as you put the tenderizer on. For a thick steak, it says to let it sit for a half hour. This is not going to be thick, and I don't want to destroy the meat with the bromelain enzyme that's in the tenderizer. Now that is actually an enzyme that comes from the stems of pineapple plants, in case you weren't aware of that. But it breaks down the meat, and we don't want it to destroy our jerky. So we're going to cut the meat. We're going to put this on it and immediately transfer it to the dehydrator and start dehydrating. All right, let's get cutting. All right, the meat's cut up. It's got quite a bit of gristle in it. We're going to have to work it pretty hard. Let's go ahead and do that. Get it cut up, sliced up, and we'll mix the marinade in. All right, the slicing is done. This particular cut was really bad with gristle. It really had to work around it, and in some instances threw away entire slices because they were entirely unusable. So I believe we've probably got about 1.75 pounds, maybe 1.5 pounds at worst case, due to the waste. But we're gonna mix in the marinade, dry rub, whatever you want to call it, and get ready to put this on the dehydrator and get started. All right, we got us a good mix. Let's go ahead and get it on the dehydrator. All right, we got 4 pretty good trays out of this, which was kind of what I expected. Let's go ahead and get this cranked up, and I guess I'll see you back here in a few hours. All right, we're at halftime of the Army-Navy game. Army's winning. But I think it's a good time to rotate these trays, so let's go ahead and give them a rotate and see where we stand. Some of these feel really close to being done, but I think we're going to give it 1 hour I think we'll be done. We'll see you back here in a minute. All right, it's been another hour. Pretty sure some of this is done. Here we go with some Southern tenderized jerky. Didn't feel all that tender, but it is tasty. I actually think it's pretty good. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of, something specific. Almost like a chicken fried steak. Once the juices get flowing, it's really, really tasty. That piece was kind of thick, maybe didn't get tenderized enough. I think generally it's pretty good. I'm going to get it at 8.5. I like it. All right, there you go. I guess we'll see you back next time. Getting close to the end. We'll see you later.